So a few months back, we bought this motorhome, which is a Winnebago Tour. And when we first got it, we did a video to do the walkthrough and show everybody what it looks like. However, we didn't know a lot of the things that this thing has to offer and things we wish we would have known when we bought it. And so this video will let us know what we've learned. Before you put the slides out, the engine needs to be running. This was information that we could have used when we were in a Walmart parking lot. I don't even know where we were.
Somewhere
Utah,
in Illinois
maybe.
Or something.
And so we were somewhere out west, let's put it that way. And so we tried to push the slides in, and they were throwing all kinds of codes. We called the Winnebago manufacturer. They told us that it needed to have all of these things replaced.
Yeah,
all of this
the motors,
stuff. And so we were frantic because we literally just bought it.
We thought we only had it for motors.
A couple of days. And we were driving from Montana to Ohio. So we called the hotline. We thought that we had all this major problems. Come to find out through a little bit more investigation that all we needed to do was wait a little bit for it to reset, start the engine, and the slides came in. Voila.
Well, specifically what we had to do was turn off all of our chassis batteries, turn it all off, and turn it all back on, and it reset it. But make sure then that you start the coach before you put out or bring in your slides.
Especially the full slide.
Yeah, that's the biggest thing, is the full slide. When we bought this coach from Bretz RV in Billings, Montana, they did a walk around or a walk through upon delivery. Yeah, what we found is that because of all of our studies, because of what we had been researching this coach, that we knew more about this motorhome than that guy did. Now, in all fairness to them, this was a used coach. They have their new coaches, and they probably know those down pat.
Right.
But they don't carry Winnebago, so he didn't probably know everything. And so we had a lot of questions, and for instance, one of those things is the accent lights up top. We couldn't figure out at all how to turn them on and how to turn them off. And we like them, but do we always want them on and always want them off? Well, we, after doing some of our own research and having this for a couple months, I accidentally stumbled upon the switch that turns off the accent lights.
And opening every cabinet, flipping every switch.
Yes, playing around with it. And then also, like, for instance, we learned about the TV, that there's a power button on the side. It looks like a cable button, but there's a power button that you got to turn on that activates the antenna, and then you can turn the power of the antenna up or down, and then you can manually turn the antenna. So the other thing, one of the biggest blessings to me, is I love the Bluetooth sound speaker system inside the coach. We use that all the time. Like when we wake up in the morning, we put on our phone. I have on Spotify, I have all kinds of playlists, my worship playlist, and I'll click that, and it puts music in our morning throughout the entire coach, and I just love that. Also, when we're going down the road, I can put on audio books and just inspirational teachings and stuff like that, and we can be listening to that. That was a major deal to us. One of the benefits of this coach is that it has surround sound system for the TV. The problem is that I found is that it only works through the DVD player and the entertainment system. In other words, you can only have surround sound system when you're playing a movie. So if I want to watch a football game or something like that, I don't get the surround system, the round sound system. what I found in that is that it's actually one component. So all of the speakers are plugged into this one component that is a DVD player and has all. And I tried every concoction known to man to try to how to fix that. And bottom line is, you can't have surround sound unless you're playing a movie. One of my favorite things about Winnebago is that their furniture is full size. To my knowledge, they're the only manufacturer that make their furniture full size. I'm 6'5", and on every motorhome that we've ever had before, I've had, when I'm laying down, I have to almost put my feet on the walls to fit on the couch. This couch is fully functionable and enjoyable for not just me, but all of our pets as well. One of the things I'm kind of frustrated about is it didn't have any stools. Feet just kind of sit here. And so we actually went out and bought these little stools from Target, and we thought we were so smart, and that way now we got some stools to put our feet in. And it's actually got places for blankets and other extra things inside of it we want. And then on our video that we posted about buying this tour, somebody put on there, did you know about the how your seats recline and how there's actually footrest already in it? I'm like, no, what are you talking about? So she tells me, let me show you how it works. It's so cool. So Charlotte's gonna hate this part. Watch this, she's gonna run. So you put this out like that. You don't have to, it can go all the way out like a full bed, or you just reach under here, pull this out. Look at that. And now I've got a full-on recliner. I can recline it to whatever degree I want. Yeah, and they both do it, and there's both sides have this adjustable recliner inside of it for your feet. So what's really cool is if you get it all the way out, and so this one's all the way out, then this actually slides out as well. We've already pulled it out, but when you're going down the road, this is up here. This seat goes to the bottom. This pushes up, and so you got more room. And then when you stop and you put your slides out, opposing slides, and you can pull this out. And now if you pull that out, and you have this out, then it makes into a huge bed for your guest. Really, really comfortable, and the leather is so soft.
So another thing that we've learned along the way is that there is a couple of outlets on this side, as well as the fireplace, that does not work when you're just on the inverter, so going down the road. So the only time they work is if you're plugged in. So it's this plug here, the fireplace, that plug there, and then there is one plug in the back bathroom that for whatever reason they're on the same circuit and they do not work. So no need to panic if it's not working when you're going down the road, because we thought we had another major issue, electrical issue, then just to come to find out that's just the way they set it up. So it's good information to have. Also, another really cool thing that we have here in this motorhome is we have an Aqua Hot, which is so amazing if it works good. If it doesn't work, it's the biggest thorn in your side. So we actually have a brand new one. Very thankful for that. The other one that we had didn't work more than it did work. So we're constantly battling with it, but it is a great thing when it does work. So this is actually what we heat our motorhome with. So it has the diesel burner and then the electric, so it's plugged. So when you're plugged in, you turn that on, but when you need an actual shower or to run the heat, you actually have to turn the diesel burner on, because it's not as powerful on the electric. And so that's why, and so that's what we've been using our heat, is because we've been in 30-degree weather in Oklahoma in October. So whatever. So anyway, it's a great thing when it works, and it's been working, and it's fabulous. Another great thing that Winnebago offers is this great pantry on the side of the refrigerator. I mean, it has great storage throughout, but it has this great pantry here where It has these 3 slides. They're deep and long, actually. So it actually has a lot of storage space in here for the pantry. There's a drawer down there. And then this cabinet is just shelves that are, it's actually really deep, but the drawers don't come out. So another thing that we also have learned, or also have in this motorhome, is central vac, which is a great thing to have, because that way you don't have to worry about bringing a vacuum along with you, having to find storage for it. That was always our biggest thing in our previous motorhomes, shall I say, is that we always tried to find places for a vacuum cleaner. So this has the automatic vac, so it has a hose that goes here, and then this, if you just turn that, and you can actually use a broom to sweep your floor and push that in there. This bed right here, it will tell you when you bring in the slide, anything that you read. This, and actually the slide will not come in unless this bed is all the way up in its upright position. The slide comes in. However, if it's a time in where you need to, maybe if it's windy and you just want to bring the slide in but you want to sleep or whatever, because that's happened to us several times, because this is a small slide, you can actually hear it more than you can the bigger slide. So sometimes if you're sleeping, it's not always easy when you can hear it, the slide cover flapping or whatever. So if we have this side out and we want to bring this slide in and we still want to lay down, you can't. It's not an option. This bed does not come down. I mean, it will physically move, but you will have big issues if you continue to push the bed out. So just letting you know as a pro tip that do not try to push this slide or this bed out when the slide is in.
One of the things that we found is really great is we have this TV here that goes up and down, that hides out of the way when we're traveling and all that. But you know how it is. Your wife wants to watch something in the living room and I want to watch the game in here. Both TVs are connected to the antenna, but you can't, and you can watch different channels, local channels, if you want to do that. Each TV is set up separately but connected to the antenna. However, what we found is that I want to watch games. Here I'm in Oklahoma, but I want to watch the Lions play or the Browns play or something. So we, on both TVs, we have set up this Roku device, and it's connected to our Winnegard. What we do, and I'll put a video link up here, we installed a Winnegard internet solution. Not only does it connect to Wi-Fi, local Wi-Fi, up to about a mile away it can pick up Wi-Fi signal, but it also is connected to 4G LTE. So those times when we're places that there is no Wi-Fi local, then we can capture our own 4G LTE. It gives us 15 gigs of 4G LTE, like a hotspot, if you will. Make sure that you have to go to Verizon and get the microchip that goes in there. I posted all that on a video about that. Also, I love that in here, this sound system is got a DVD player in it. It's got radio. It's got all that kind of stuff. It has a place for you to plug up a phone or any kind of auxiliary cord to it. But it's also is surround sound for the TV at all times. So in here, and all the speakers in here, I can get surround sound with my football game. So what I like to do is prop up the bed and sit here and watch the game and have the full surround sound experience. Of course, I have to keep it low so Gil doesn't say, "Can you turn it down?" One of the things I just want to express to you is that we have been doing this for a long time. We've been full-time for about 5 years now, and we have studied and known what kind of motorhome that we wanted for quite some time. And we have walked into probably 300 motorhomes and just looked at their floor plan, and we kind of had narrowed it down and knew exactly what we wanted. And so we'd walk in and I'd like something and Gale wouldn't like it, or I'd like it and, you know, or Gale would like it and I wouldn't like it, and back and forth we went. When we walked into this one, we knew immediately this is the one we wanted. And part of that was we had a list of things that we wanted to make sure. And we knew that some of those things on that list we may not be able to get. But what we found in the Winnebago Tour, we found almost every single one of those things. As soon as we walked in this one, we're like, this one's it. Air conditioner, we on our last coach was hanging down a little bit, and it was so loud. We didn't even hardly watch TV or talk to each other. What I love about this one, there's actually 3 units on this coach, and you don't see any of the units out and about. You see these 2 rows of vents. Well, what's really interesting is that, first of all, it's super quiet, but second of all, this side is your intake and this side is your outgo. So it actually kind of acts like it just circulates so much better than our old air conditioner. It kind of rolls, and it just has this continual quiet feel of comfort, and trust me, it's amazing, and we're very grateful for it. A lot of people wrote in and wanted to know more about the actual details of the chassis. Well, I'm glad you asked. This is an 8.9 liter 450 horsepower diesel come on motor, right? You really only feel that 450 when you're going up mountains in the Rockies and stuff. My wife's shaking her head. But what I love about it also is that this is not only a rear vent, but it's a side vent. It has a little bit of side vent, but it's also, everything's easy to access and get to. People also wanted to know, and I've got it right here, what some of the actual capacities of the tank are. Let me just kind of read some of these things that I found on the internet. It has the Allison 3000 6-speed electronic transmission. It has the front air suspension and the rear air suspension, all air ride suspension. 160 amp alternator, which is bigger than our last one. The air brakes with ABS, and the response of the brake is so amazing. Here's some of the little details that some of the RV geeks out there really like to hear about it, and I do too. I was really excited about this because all the tanks and everything are so much bigger than our last one. First of all, it's got a freshwater tank of 85 gallons. That's much bigger than our last one. It has a 51 gallon black tank and a 71 gallon gray tank. It has almost a 6 gallon gas, LP gas tank, and then it has a 150 gallon fuel tank. That takes a lot of money to fill up. I don't like that one as much, but one of my most favorite things about this is that it is taller than our last one. It's 13 feet tall and it's 43 foot long, and inside the interior is 7 foot tall. And being that I'm 6'5", and all of my other motorhomes I've had to duck and walk and bang my head, my wife said I should just wear a helmet everywhere I go. With this one, that 7 foot ceiling really makes a huge difference. And one last thing I want to show you is one of the storage capacity under here, and they have this amazing tray that slides out. You got to see this. So it's a double door here. Pull up by these ones here, and we'll just pull this out. And with us, if you don't know this already by following our channel, Gale and I travel full-time across the country. I do music. And in doing music, we have a lot of product, a lot of t-shirts, CDs, t-shirts and pictures. And so this slide comes all the way out so I can access everything. What's really cool is on this side, I got my product and some extra suitcases when we have to fly places. But on that side, this slide goes out both ways. It'll come out this way, and then I open the double doors on that side of the coach, and it slides out that way. On that side, I carry all of my sound system. And you can see that it slides so easily in there. Also, I've got ladders on the side here, just regular chairs and stuff on this side. Just a lot of storage. Down here I've got all my tools, and I was able to, it has a large compartment for tools, so I have a stackable whole drawers pull out, really nice tool set in there. And it's just a lot of room for all the things that you need when you're full-time in it. So just wanted to say thank you so much for tuning in and watching our videos. We appreciate the subscriptions. Hit that little subscribe button and then the little bell behind it, and it kind of gets you up to date whenever we put out new videos. I will say that on our last video, we had this kind of, I wouldn't call it a contest, but help us name this coach. And we did come up with a winner. I think the name that Gail and I have both chosen is, this is going to be called our Freedom Tour. Gail and I travel full-time across the country singing music and doing ministry, so it kind of fits on a larger gamut. We're having really cool logos made up, like this one right here. And this Freedom, where it says tour, will actually going to be put onto the coach itself. It's going to be called the Freedom Tour. So thank you for all the suggestions. It was wonderful to see all the great ideas. I was thinking, like, one was called Ruby, and those are really good ideas out there. Leave a comment below if you would like any other questions answered, or things that we have learned through our search of trying to find this coach. We have come across a lot of information, a lot of good information that we would be more than happy to share with all of you. So if you have any questions, leave below. Other than that, Gail and I want to say thank you so much for joining our Freedom Tour. See you later.